Hey guys, Lindsay here from Party Plan Divas for day 7 of our 30 days of YouTube challenge. Today we're talking all about your favorite home party story. And if you haven't jumped in yet, right quick, you can check out the whole series at partyplandivas.com/30days and jump into our challenge. We've got all kinds of great goodies and giveaways and stuff like that. But we're on day 7, but don't worry, you can catch up at any time. So my favorite home party story, actually, my favorite party was actually my biggest party, and it was because, well, there's two. I'm going to tell you two, and I'm going to try to be brief. Because both times I kind of I didn't want to do the party, or the whole lead up to the party was really frustrating. Stuff like, you guys know I required a guest list. So party number 1, I kept saying, I gotta have a guest list. I gotta have a guest list. I gotta have a guest list. And she was like, I'm getting it together. I promise I'm getting it together. Well, when I actually finally got it from her, I actually had to go to her house and get it from underneath her mat. Sorry. Because she couldn't meet up with me or whatever. So immediately I'm thinking this lady's a flake, right? Turned out it's because there were 65 names on this list, and I had to pay for the stamps, and I was frustrated because she was supposed to get me stamps and she didn't get me stamps and whatever. But so I paid for it, and I thought, I'm going to do this, whatever. I mailed out all 65 invitations before the party, and I was barely able to talk to her. Like, the hostess coaching felt like pulling teeth, stuff like that. I get to the party. Thank goodness I took 2 trainees with me. I took 2 of my girls that had just signed up because 43 people showed up to that party, and it was a madhouse. Her living room was large, but it wasn't that large, so we literally had people sitting on the floor. I could barely move. I couldn't take 2 steps forward because I would step on a person, and they were literally as far as I could see back into the dining room and stuff like that. It was so unbelievably crowded. Didn't really get to play any games because with that amount of people, there was just no way. But it ended up being one of the most fun parties that I've ever been to. I laughed as hard as those ladies did. It was just such an incredible group of people. Of the 43 people, 39 people ordered. It was a $3,700 party, 11 parties booked, and 2 people became consultants on the spot. So needless to say, it was a hugely, wildly successful, awesome party. And of the 11 that booked, I gave some to my new trainees and stuff like that. So I was actually able to, also help them get started in their business. Because the funny thing was, this group of women, they were all so competitive that they all wanted to try to beat that first party. And so the next parties were, over $2,000, all of them were, but nobody got to $3,700. Stacy still kind of had that title. And to this day, that was 7-ish years ago. To this day, we're all still friends. And that party, is actually still creating parties. The people on my team, whatever, are still doing parties with those same ladies. And she was a referral also. Somebody, my nail technician, actually, the lady that does my nails, referred her to me, and that's how I ended up at that party. So needless to say, I took very good care of my nail technician after that. The second favorite party story is kind of on the opposite side, but still ended up being really successful. It was a party that was almost 2 hours away from home when I took the party lead. It was a corporate party lead. When I took it, I didn't really realize where the party was, but the hostess was so excited. She said, I'm not sure how many people are going to show up. It was a last minute party, so I didn't get to do much hostess coaching. There was no invitations or whatever. The instructions were literally, go to the red tractor, not the green tractor. Go to the red tractor and turn left. And so I was just thinking in my head, I'm going to be in the middle of nowhere. My cell phone probably isn't even going to work. We have no idea, whatever. But it was a Thursday night, so I thought it was fine. Turned out to be a Grey's Anatomy party. Now, if you guys remember, that was a huge, huge show a couple years ago. It's still trying to hang in there or whatever. But when I arrived, they introduced, they said, oh, you're here for the Grey's Anatomy party. I'm like, no, I'm here for my party. You're like, oh, you're that girl. Yeah, we'll do that after the show. Okay, well, I had arrived at 6. Grey's Anatomy didn't start till 8, so it was going to be 9 o'clock before I could even get started. So I'm like, can I use your phone to call my husband and let him know that this is going to be an all-night affair? So I'm getting grouchy, but they had tons of food. They had, whatever. There were 4 people there and the hostess, so 5 total. And the whole time I'm just thinking, are you kidding me? Like, I'm going to be here. So I just decided to roll with it, settle in, watch Grey's Anatomy, eat the food. Like, I became everybody's friend. We, laughed and joked and all that kind of stuff. They were drinking. I did not. You should not drink at your parties, at least not until the money is put away, and then maybe have one drink or, one glass of wine or whatever. But it was just a really, really fun time. I decided to just, roll with it. I'd already driven 2 hours. I knew I wasn't going to get home till the wee hours of the morning. So after the Grey's Anatomy, it was great. We probably spent 30 minutes just talking about the show. So I didn't even start my party until nearly 10 o'clock at night. I was there partying with them till midnight. The 5 ladies bought $1,200 worth of stuff. They just practically bought one of everything. It was awesome. I didn't get home till 3 o'clock in the morning, but it was so much fun. And it was one of those things where either party, I was just thinking, this is going to be terrible. I don't want to go. Maybe I can, fake a sore throat or something to get out of it. But both times I just, I pushed through, I rolled with it, and they ended up both being hugely successful parties that are still being successful. And I still I'm friends on Facebook with those ladies, even from the Grey's Anatomy party. So I guess the moral of the story is you just never know. I had some parties that the hostess was perfect, everything, and nobody showed up. Or I did one party, I drove 3 hours, and I had an order for one item that was $7.50. So, there's highs and there's lows, but I think what makes the favorite about these particular stories is that the highs weren't expected. It was really, really awesome, but I didn't expect for it to be that good. And it was that good. So you know what? That's part of what I love about the industry. You never know. You never know what's coming around the next curve. So I'm excited to see your video. Tell me your favorite party story, high, low, good, bad, funny, whatever, and upload it to YouTube, your YouTube channel, and then come share it with us over on the Party Plan Divas Facebook community. See you tomorrow. Bye.